Today I am going to speak on the psychological and social relations between gender and crime. Gender is regarded as one of the most important factors in dealing with crime. The criminal justice system considers that men and women are different when it comes to crime and victimization. The differences appear to have a significant effect on how society and law treats different kinds of crimes. These effects are always changing over time and vary between societies and cultures. Gender plays a big role in how the court system deals with crime. Although the law does not differentiate between male and female, many studies have shown that the offender's race, gender, and class have influenced decisions that have been made in the criminal justice system. While looking at the ways gender affects crime, it is also important to look at how prosecutors show bias among gender. The decisions of police officers are often subconsciously swayed by gender. Women are more likely to display behavior that police would not find offensive. Females see the police more as people that will offer help, while males see them more as enforcers. Police officers often sort women into two categories: good mothers and bad mothers. In the court system, women are more likely to be released and less likely to have severe sentences. Some offenses are not expected by authorities to be committed by women. This is one of the largest factors that contributes to the inequality in the criminal justice system. In the United States, men are much more likely to be incarcerated than women. Men also have higher victimization rates than women for all types of violent crime, except for rape and sexual assault. The arrest rates for females are lower than males in all crime areas except for prostitution. Women make up less than 20% of arrests for most of these categories of crime. Statistically, more men commit crimes than women. There is also a much larger number of men than women that commit crimes resulting in injury or death. More men are both the victims as well as the perpetrators of homicides. In general, women are not expected to be violent. They are seen as being in need of protection and less likely to be criminals. This causes some officials to treat them more leniently. Stereotypes such as these often affect decisions regarding sentencing. There is often more thought that goes into sending a female to prison. One main reason for the lack of attention to females in crime is due to the view that female crime has almost exclusively been dealt with by men. This has been represented in theoretical approaches as well, portraying a one-sided view. On the other hand, because women are in a court less often, they are many times misunderstood by men of the court. This can lead to them being treated harshly or unfairly. Gottfredson and Hershey's general theory of crime states that individuals with lower levels of self-control are more likely to be involved in criminal behavior in a gender-sensitive context. Their studies show that men and women commit crimes for different reasons. Women are less likely to be exposed to the opportunity for crime. Women have also shown a higher rate of self-control when given the opportunity. Childhood delinquency can be caused by many factors, such as neurocognitive problems, behavior problems, and a lack of parenting. Antisocial and delinquent behavior originate early in life when the behaviors of a child are made worse by a stressful social environment. Social control explains part of the gap in delinquency between males and females. Culturally determined differences can also explain some of the variation in delinquency between ethnic groups. Now we have research and explanations for the narrowing of the gender gap in crime over time. There are three explanations proposed. These are economic marginalization, women's liberation, and the decline in chivalry. The liberation hypothesis states that women's crime rates increased during the 1960s and 70s because women had gained more social and economic independence from men. The economic marginalization hypothesis argues that the increased financial hardship of women has contributed to the narrowing of the gender gap over time. The decline in chivalry hypothesis explains that the changes in the gender gap are due to changing attitudes among law enforcement, especially toward women. In conclusion, despite the fact that the law deals with men and women equally, there is no guarantee that men and women will be treated equally in a court of law. Considerations of gender have been largely ignored in criminological studies. The way that legal system responds to different types of crime play very significant roles. Both conviction and sentencing are influenced by the gender of the victims and defendants.